Hey guys, what's up? I just created a focus list for this week. I'm going to give you a screenshot of the names, and then I am going to go through the names that I think looks the most actionable this week. I have a lot of breakout and retests, a lot of initial breakouts waiting for a retest, and then some names that are pretty extended and waiting for a pullback to some sort of EMAs that they've respected in the past. So that's overall names. Let's get to it. If it'll load, here we go. All right, so first one is AMBA. This is a nice breakout retest. Flagging has the breakout level confluence and the 10 EMA confluence there. Then I am in app. I just made a video on that. AVGO, another one I think that could be potentially actionable rather quickly this week. It's getting nice and tight near these highs. It's been a strong name. It's got a 14% short float, so that's pretty solid as well. Next, I have BKR. This is another breakout and retest. Could be nice and actionable here with the retest confluence and the 10 EMA confluence here. Low volume on the pullback, so this is looking pretty solid as well in my opinion. Next, I have CRDO. I did buy this for my longer term swing here on the breakout day, or maybe it was here on the pullback. I don't know. Either way, breakout, pulling back. We'll see if it retests, if it holds and wants to push on higher. This could be the start of something new. A nice trend higher if it wants to go. Next, I have ETR looking pretty solid overall. Nice breakout, a beautiful flag down to the 5. Maybe it gets a little bit deeper and it just lets the 10 EMA catch up. Who knows? It's not quite as light volume as I typically like on the selling. However, we have more a pretty high relative volume on Friday, so we'll see if it wants to break out and continue on higher. So ETR looks pretty solid. Next, I have GEO. This is a strong mover in the past. Nice base here that it broke. Now it's pulling back to the 10 EMA. Friday was not able to take out Wednesday's low, and it's on low volume for Thursday and Friday. So this, signs of lack of supply to continue on lower. I do have a price alert on the break of Friday's highs for potential entry. Stop loss would be somewhere in here. This also failed this gap here, which is also a typical sign of strength. So short float 7.5%. Nice look. Another look I have is GLBE. Looking for a potential breakout. Broke this downtrend line, kind of tested in this area. Now it's getting tight underneath near these highs. It did break those highs last Wednesday, and it pulled back. So maybe this wants to continue higher. Nice 4% short float or so. So looking for potential entry on that. Next, I have Google. This is a top watch for me this week. See these topping tails, right? This is areas of supply. Bids drop, and now the bids aren't dropping very much. It's spending some time in this initial supply zone. So that tells me things are being chopped up, kind of chewed up, and it may have kind of churned out all of that prior supply. If you look at the weekly, it's also holding highs as well. So this looks pretty solid for a continuation. This is an asterisk sign for me next week, especially if it wants to continue on higher. Let me reset my connection here. Next, I have LUNR. Looks pretty decent. If you look on the weekly, it's breaking out a pretty big base. It's a choppy name, pretty volatile, big moves, high short float. However, I am looking for a pullback, maybe to the 10, somewhere in the 19, 20-ish area would be pretty solid to set a higher low versus the $16 low. So that looks interesting. MMM looked interesting to me. It's super extended though, but looking at the weekly, it looks potentially ready to buy after it settles down a little bit. MRVL was another name that I liked. Getting tight up here, looking for a breakout of these highs. This is paper trading. This is not real stuff. NWL was another look that I liked out of all of these. Breakout here, came back, retested it, undercut these lows, failed to move higher. So this is kind of like a stop run before the real move type thing. Target is opposite end, 1030-ish, and now it's breaking out of this consolidation zone. So there's been a position built here, and now it's being distributed higher. So I would look maybe on intraday chart, look for an entry around 1030 or so. Stop loss would go around, I don't know, 980 or something like that. So that looks pretty solid, at least at least for a retest of those highs. I'm sure price is above that anchor VWAP by now as well. If it'll load up here, we'll see what it does. Yeah, price chops around that anchor VWAP and it pushed higher, so looks pretty nice. RUM is another nice look that I have on here. Pullback, higher low. I'm sorry, made a lower low, but now it's hitting this supply here. So what I'm looking for is another pull back to possibly purchase to create a higher low versus here, like a little retest of that to make sure that it does indeed hold. But then if it does, or if it wants to break this 420-ish level, 430 level and run higher, I would not be opposed to purchasing that as well. If you set an anchor VWAP from the high here, we'll see if it loads up and where price is. Yeah, it found supply there. So we still have supply overhead that's stopping this. Maybe bids will drop a little bit more and we can catch a higher low versus this. Either way, overall looks pretty good, especially if you look at the weekly as well, which I'm not going to do right now anyways. Breakout, looking for it to hold, looking for it to retest. Momentum is certainly up, 6% short float. SFM, another solid look. Price is above this anchor VWAP now, and it created a higher low versus here, versus that low, chopped, consolidated sideways, broke out of that on volume, and now it's just resting within that bar. It broke that the following day, but price is failing to go lower, and it's also tagging and holding this 42-ish level. So I'm looking for a breakout of that, for it to potentially run to 150, and then I'd say 155 would be next. Either way, SFM looks pretty good in my opinion. SNCY, this is another nice breakout and a retest, so looking for a push away. This could be pretty actionable rather quickly. Looking at that, and then UAL is another one that I potentially like for a breakout and a retest. We do have some earnings coming up this week. Shout out to Earnings Whisperer. Here are earnings we have coming up this week. Take a snapshot of it. And yeah, trade safe, manage your risk. Thank you for your time. If you like this, like, comment, share ideas with me, please. If you like trade ideas, you can use DCOB15 to get 15% off of a monthly or a yearly. And then also come join us at Equities ETC and Micros eFutures. We're a pretty solid team over here. Great professionals, trading community, and I wouldn't be trading without them. All right, thanks for your time. Have a safe week. Manage your risk. Later.